بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. This is lesson 1.1.1 categories of the water. We discussed lesson 1 of the Fiqh Tahara wal Salah book about types of the water that you can use for wudu or for ablution or for taking a shower in Islamic fiqh. This lesson that we are talking about is about categories of the water. You have the water right now. So what type of the water? That was types of the water, but now you have the water itself. And that water we categorize in 4. So look, those 4, 2 are okay to use it according to the Shafi'i school, and 2 are not okay to use them. So he says ثم المياه على 4 أقسام. The water itself, so let's say like the rainwater, when we have it, you categorize in 4 categories. So number 1 is called طاهر مطهر غير مكروه وهو الماء المطلق. What does it mean? طاهر, the water itself is pure, means like it's clean, it's pure. مطهر means it cleans or purifies the body. You can use it. It's okay to use it. You can make wudu with, you can take a shower with. It is clean, it's pure, it's acceptable. غير مكروه, it's not the type of the water that not recommended. It's recommended, it's okay. وهو الماء المطلق, it is the plain water. The plain water. So the water coming from, so the running water in your house, the well water, river one, the sea, the rain, and so on, the hail and etc. Number 2 is طاهر, the water itself is pure or clean. مطهر, and it cleans and purifies physically. You can use for wudu, you can use to take a shower with, but this is the problem, makruh. It's not recommended. وهو, that type of the water is الماء المشمس, is the water that hit by sun. In general, it's okay. It is clean, it's pure, it purifies your body. You can use it for wudu, to take a shower. But one single problem, because of that single problem makes the water not recommended to use it. And the single problem is the water hit by the sun. And then there is a lot of discussion from the fuqaha. Like Umar, it says this type of the water brings this type of the disease. So and scholars, they say that if you cool down, it's okay, and that freeze from the level of this likeness, and whatever the reason is, it is makruh, but you can use it. And then scholars of the fiqh says it is good to use when you cool it down, the water. So that's number 2 category. So those 2 categories of the water are okay to be used for wudu, to take a shower, for the food, and so on. The next 2, let's see. Number 3 is وهو الماء المستعمل. This is the water that used by you already. You took a shower, leftover water. That's what it means. والمتغير بما خالطه, or it is used to mix with something. من الطاهرات, something which is pure. And I always take as a powder of the orange juice. If you mix with the plain water, it becomes orange juice. So orange juice is not a water anymore, because it's mixed with a product which is orange, that takes away from the water nature that you cannot use for wudu. For that reason, you cannot use it. So it is tahir. Originally, tahir means it's pure. غير مطهر means it cannot purify physically your body for wudu or for anything. And that type of the water is الماء المستعمل, the water that used by you, or والمتغير بما خالته, and the one that is mixed من الطاهرات, the pure product, whether it is tea or orange and so on. Number 3 is very easy. وماء النجس, the water that mixed with najasa. Najasa means filthy. Since it's becoming filthy water, that means you cannot use it, period. So the question here is, he's explaining. So وهو الذي, that water is the one, حلت فيه نجاسة, so dropped in, so in the water, najasa is in there, filth is in there. And I always explain to the students, filth is different from dirty. Dirty in Islamic fiqh perspective could be pure. Like for example, my hand could be dirty, but still I can pray because it's not najasa, it's not filth. Filth is a specific language in the fiqh. Filth is whatever, because of that filthiness, prevents you to pray or to make wudu. Example is urine. Urine is filth, stool. So those, if you have it on your clothes or on your body, you must remove it and wash it off before to pray or before you use the cloth that has that type of the filth. So that water is وهو دون القلتين, if it is less than 2 قلة. So what is قلة first? So what's 2 قلة? 2 قلة is 216 liters. So for the language, the modern language, it is a barrel. So full barrel of water, 216 and more, it's called 2 قلة. If it's less than that, it's called less than 2 قلة. So if najasa is dropped in the less than 2 قلة, less than 216 liters, then what will happen? That water becomes najasa. It's filthy, you cannot use it. أو كان القلتين, if that water that affected by najasa, by filth, is 2 قلة and more, 216 liters and more, then it's not najasa unless it's changed. That's why it means like فتغير. Here it's changed means if it's changed, you look 3 changes. If one of the three changes found, that 2 قلة and more becomes najasa even. What are one of those 3? Change of the color, urine dropped a big water and it changed like yellow, and we see that yellow because of the urine. So number 2, it changed the taste. I know it is disgusting, but you test, it's a urine test, then even though it is 216 and more liter, you cannot 216 liters and more, you cannot use for wudu because you taste urine that the water is like urine taste water. And number 3 is if the smell changed. You smell it and you find it's urine smell, then even though the water size is 216 liters, you cannot use for wudu. So those are the four categories of the water. The first two are okay to use it. Number one is al-ma al-mutlaq, the plain water is good to use. It's okay. It's not the one not recommended. Number two is the water that hit by the sun. It's good, you can make wudu with, but it is disliked because of the sun. But if you cool it down, it's okay. The other two, the water that was used by you, or the water that mixed with halal or ingredients, which is tahir. One is halal, is tahir. One is tahir, is halal. And the last one is the water that affected by najasa. Those last two you cannot use for wudu unless it's 2 qullah and more, and not change the color, the taste, and the smell. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.